the field, we bring the energy. Ready to go!
Off the field, I build my brand.
At Jackson State, we make it happen.
State said one story, my brand tells another.
This is Jackson State. This is family.
This is the KC-1400 Collective. Tiger Nation, we need each of you to join the movement.
Be the team behind the team.
Support our NIL collective. Get signed up today.
Visit www.KC1400collective.com. Be our love, go Tigers.
We are trying to build a program for the next 10 to 12 years. It's not something that's overnight. We understand that the NIL and collective stuff has its role, it plays in it, but we are on the forefront of FCS football and attacking the NIL, attacking the collective. We got a very nice payroll at Jackson State, believe it or not. And I mean, our fan support, and we need more support. But we know that that payroll is attached to championships. You know what I mean? So we're not out here trying to recruit kids based on money, but we also want them kids to know if you come to Jackson State and you end up benefiting from the collective, benefiting from an NIL deal, we expect a championship out of you.
Wait. Before I go any further, hey, if you haven't done so already, make sure you get some of that cat head vodka and get down with KC-1400. Hey, go over there and sponsor with them guys, man. Go ahead, pitch in. Tell a friend, tell them, make sure you get you some of that cat head. Hey, go support KC-1400. Get you some of that cat head vodka for real. Just saying.
What's up, everybody? Man, what a game. What a game. Listen, I was going to start at 9, but this game kind of got me it's got me snatched up. So listen, first of all, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Happy to be back on with you guys live. Jackson State men's basketball taking on Southern right now. I was at the game, had to leave in time to make the show. We were down by double digits when I left, man, and now the game just went into overtime. My goodness. Y'all would be glad I love y'all, man. I wanted to be there. They showed rough and done went crazy. It's a tie ball game, the beginning of overtime, 84-84, man. What a freaking comeback, man. What a freaking comeback. So we finally get softball this week. Yep, we got softball this weekend. What's up, brother? Oh, my gosh, man. This is an unbelievable turn of events, man. Oh, my goodness. We got the best player in the league in Deshaun Ruffin. This man is balling, man. He just got Deshaun Ruffin. I'm going to just narrate the game for the first part of it. I'm good to be back, man. Good to be back on. And 1. We up 2. Finish, shoot a free throw. My gosh, man. And 1 bucket. All right. It's about 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Oh, okay. It wasn't an and 1. Oh, yes, it was an and 1. He made the free throw. Scores 87-84 Jackson State. The game is on SWAC TV right now. I'm watching it on my phone. Look, man. They just made a shot. This is a good game, man. Jackson State versus Southern, anytime JSU versus Southern plays, it is an absolute show. Is there a bigger rivalry? I mean, I guess everybody can say the rivalries are what they are, but what the hell, hit a 3? Yeah, all right, Southern just took the lead. It's 89-87. Man, 4 minutes to go. Listen, we're going to get started, man. I'm going to try not to be too distracted. This is a good game. I hope we pull this off, man. We can't come all the way back and go into overtime just to lose, man. We got to get this dub. So, and 1. Nope, Deshaun Ruffin goes to the hole. He gets fouled. So, listen, man, again, Jackson State men's basketball, well, we had a letdown versus Grambling on Saturday. Tough loss, man. Very tough loss. Came down to, right at the end. Grambling made a 3-point bucket, and then, they went up on us. Did he make that free throw? Damn, he missed the free throw, man. Okay. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Southern up 189-88. Now they up 3. Southern up 3 now. Damn. All right, man. So, all right, right at 3 minutes, little over 3 minutes to go. 91-88. Southern up 3. My goodness, y'all. I know y'all might. I'm sorry if y'all watching. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so look, man, let me get started. I'll just watch the game as it comes, but nevertheless, happy to be back on, man. First of all, thank you guys for just a much needed time off. I am happy to be back on. You know, it was a very tough week, obviously for us, for the KC-1400 MG, as well as the Tiger Talk TV and Tiger Talk family and the JSU family, the Collins family, man. Again, I want to say rest in peace to our brother, D. Corey C. Man, we laid our brother to rest on Saturday, and it was very tough, man. I did see that. He raked him in the eye. They missed the call. The referees was trash though. But again, I don't want to get lost in the message and what I do want to talk about, given the fact that I know we're watching this game and I want to make sure that I don't miss it. Very, very active day to day on social media. But again, like I said, needed the time off. T. Reezy, what's up, brother? Hey man, I know you wanted to be there. The weather just wouldn't permit it. And somebody said no sound. Yeah, I think it's you, bro. But I needed the time off, man. I really did, man. It was tough. I wasn't sure when I'd come back. And then I was like, man, you know, we got the month changes. We got a lot going on. JSU dropped their schedule, and it's like a holiday, man. Jack State's schedule comes out. And then, the whole HBCU world gets to chattering, man. And I love it, man. I love it. I'm going to talk all about that tonight. I'm even going to invite you guys up if you want to come up and give your thoughts on it. It was a lot of commentary today. And I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to do it in 3 phases, though. 3 phases when we talk about this schedule. We're going to go – I'm not going to try to recap everything that has happened over the last freaking week at Jackson State. Just not going to do that, right? So we're going to grab the most recent data, recent information, and we'll put that in front of you, and we'll go from there. So real quick, 1 second. Let me see where we at with this thing. I don't think that's live right there. Hold on 1 second, y'all. But yeah, man, it's been a whirlwind of emotions. I'm sorry. I just personally couldn't get with the whole skies falling because I didn't like the schedule type energy, man. I wasn't able to. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna preface this too. I'm also not on some, oh, no matter what Jackson State does, he's just gonna go along with it because he's a JSU guy. No, I'm not that dude either, man. It's in 3 phases. I have my opinion about it. I have respect for everyone else's opinion because you got the right to have your opinion. And the reality of the matter is you take my opinion, you take your opinion. It's kind of irrelevant, but it's a talking point, right? And then you get to the facts and what happened and what's going to happen and the data. So those are going to be 3 phases. I'm going to break down this schedule. Again, I'm always looking through, glass half full approach to everything. That's just kind of the way life is. And honestly, man, I'm gonna just before I even get into all of that, I just kind of wanted to give you a quick little sneak peek as to what I am going to talk about. I'm going to try to recap everything, but I do want to let this game kind of come to an end so I could really not be distracted. But I want to go back to our brother, man. Still very, 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 very hard, man, to process that our brother's gone, man. Death is final, he's absent in the flesh, man. That we had to create a new chat, man. You know what I'm saying, and have to just adjust to this new normal, man, which is going to be very different. As I said at the funeral, I don't know how we're going to move or proceed from a Tiger Talk standpoint, and I don't even have to have those answers right now. But I'm still like very, very much so am affected by it because it's very hard to leave my brain, man. I think about Corey quite a bit throughout the day. It just still feels very surreal. It just does. I'm still in somewhat shock, yet at the same time, understand that God's will is sovereign. We all got to go that way. And sometimes when death knocks on your neighbor's door, you're right next to you, you know what I mean? It tends to put a lot of things in perspective as far as what's important, what's not important, what's currency, what's not currency. But yeah, man, I just want to again send my heartfelt condolences to the Collins family. So sorry about that. I have a new mouse. I got a new mouse, and it's got side buttons. And I think I just hit a button, and it must have moved me out of the dadgum. Wow, that's. I'll try not to do that again. You know what I mean? I try not to do that again. But sorry about that. It is a void. It is a void, man. I just I'm gonna be patient with myself. I ask that you guys be the same way. Just be patient with us, man. We still gonna do what we love to do. We still gonna talk about JSU. We're gonna do it in the way that we've always done it, with love and with consistency and all of that good stuff, man. Man, we turned the ball over. Oh, that happens. Yet at the same time, T. Reezy, how you doing, brother? Yet at the same time, man, you got to keep living though. You can't go ball up and just. It does, bro. Me and Dub talked about this quite a bit, man. Every few hours, man, it just. Carmen, how you doing, sis? Oh my goodness, man. I know what Corey meant to you. It's just very hard. I know he's one of your close friends, Yep, and but said I made a few promises to him that I must keep. One is coming to talk with you guys. I'll get there. Hey, take it, whatever. Take it one day at a time. Stay prayed up. Love you too, sis. It's very different. It is, man. Very different without bro. I will say this. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna share something with you guys that I thought was pretty cool. We do have our table. We do have our table. The KC-1400 collector table at the basketball games. Yep, and just like that, it looked like we just going in the wrong direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this game off. I ain't gonna do that to myself. All right, y'all. Let me know if we win. I'm not gonna watch that no more because it just seemed like we got to overtime and we just start going backwards. All right. With that being said, I'll put this up here again. That seat at the table. It was Corey's seat, and that seat will not be, no one will sit in that seat again for the rest of the season. And right next to my seat, So thank you to the ticket office and the JSU sports admin team that decorated the chair in honor of our brother. I do not know if you have had such loss of a friend that has turned into a brother. It is very hard, man. It is, man. I lost a brother when I was at Jackson State. My big brother. I've lost nephews. I've lost my niece. I've lost my grandmother. I've had my fair share of L's from a death standpoint, you know, in his life. And man, they all different. They're very different. But I just want to say, you know, from the, you know, yeah, shout out to the staff, man. They decorated it. But that's bro's seat, man. So that seat will sit, you know, tilted down and unoccupied for the rest of the season. No matter who we play, no matter what, you know, that's our, you know, and we'll do other things to honor bro, man. It's just very surreal, man. I still can't. We was talking about it. I still just can't. It feels like a dream that you just can't wake up from. You know what I mean? So that's where we are with it. And like I said, we're gonna be we're gonna take our time with this thing, man. I'm not in no hurry. I am thankful that my emotions are just in a much more manageable place. Saturday was difficult. Friday was hard too, you know. And again, thank you to everyone that came out, that could come out and paid homage to just a really good brother, man. And I'm not lost on that, man. So again, as I stated when I was there, if we want to honor our brother, we gotta take the things that we got from his transition and we gotta apply that to life every single day. We have an indelible task to continue to be consistent, continue to do great content, and continue to represent Jack State in a manner in which would make him proud, actually. And that is, you know, just doing it, just you know, in a button-up way. Yet at the same time, allowing for errors. You know, we're not perfect. We're not even finna try to give the pretense that we are perfect, that everything is going to be right, everything's going to be done in a particular manner. No, it's not. You know, and that's just how it's going to go. You know what I mean? So again, continue to watch the content. You know, and if you feel moved to go to the channel and pull up something, hey, go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the challenge, you had to leave a little early. It's all good, man. Hey, no doubt, man. No doubt about it. So, again, I just wanted to start there. Again, rest in peace, our dear brother. Thank you to Brother Travis and Jack State Athletics that paid homage by, you know, having a moment of silence at Saturday's game. We got a chance to, once we left the grave site, we still went to the game and just tried to have some form of normality, some normalcy, you know what I mean? Some just wanted to be regular for a minute, you know what I mean? And but it's very weird. It's a lot of things, man, that just I won't speak on that causes us to think about that, because I'm gonna say this and I'll move on. Y'all have to understand how often we talk. We talk every single day, several times a day. You know what I mean? So just life feels different without bro, because he was such a integral part of our dialogue throughout the day. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, everything feels different. The chat feels different. Talking about JSU feels different. We love Jackson State, y'all. We really do. However, when you have people who love JSU just as much as you love it, and there's an interest in talking about that thing that you love, it's a little bit more fun. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of build this level of respect based off of how they love on the same thing that you love, and you have that, you share that commonality, man, and it's really dope. And that's kind of what shapes friendship and shape associations and all of that good stuff. So when you lose that, you just say, okay, where do we go from here? I know that there's going to be some greatness that's going to manifest from this experience and from this whole circumstance. This makes me want to be a better friend, to be a little bit more curious with our brothers, make sure we're checking on each other a lot more, make sure we're asking the important questions. Sometimes, how you doing, bro? Or how you doing, sis? And really meaning that question is important, man. Because folks be dealing, man. You're damn right. This season is for the Corey C. So again, I love the conversation today because I had a chance to talk to A.D. Robinson, myself and KT Dub. We had lunch with A.D. Robinson today, and we talked for a couple of hours. And if you in the Platinum chat, if you're part of the NIL Collective chat, you know, because even our chat was a bit spicy. People, listen, we want folks to be very, be opinionated. I'm never going to be in a space. And if the times when I used to get frustrated because somebody wasn't thinking the way I felt like they needed to think, that was Ken being narrow-minded, right? So narrow-minded Ken is not allowed to participate anymore, right? So given the fact that, thank you so much. Shout out to Brother Jerry, man. I think it's Brother Bradley. Man. And yeah. So I am. Thank you, Ms. Branch. I am. I think the beauty of it is how you live going forward. You get what I'm saying? And when you have a solid spiritual foundation, man, you understand that we are merely just spirit beings and this whole life is just a physical experience. That's really the reality of that. And we all got to go that way. Now, I ain't here to come talk to you about death tonight. We're gonna do what we do because while we're here and while we doing what God got us doing, we have to continue to be steadfast to do the work. And I'm going to do the work. That's what I was called to do. And when my task is up, hey, it'll be up. You know what I'm saying? You got you in the chat. Love you, young son. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I got so much to say, man. I got so much to say, but it feels like every time, you know what I'm saying? I promise you guys, just bear with us, man. And this is gonna be cool. I think so. I'm motivated more so than ever, not so much to try to work myself into a corner, but more so than to say podcasts from the outside has had too much influence on our fans. We won't do what we think we will shut them up. Truth is, no matter what's happening, that's absolutely correct. And we're going to give a little bit of perspective about that. It was nice seeing, hey, brother, how you doing, man? On Saturday, the remarks you left really hit home. Thank you, man. I wanted to speak from the heart, and maybe one day we'll have some dialogue about what God put on my heart and mind to speak over there. But nevertheless, man, let's get it rolling, man. But no, it was good to see everybody. It was, I was appreciative. It was great to see Danielle from the band sessions crew, and everybody that was there. It was great to see the bros that were able to make it into town. This weather was weird. This weather forced, it messed up some folks that really wanted to be there and they weren't able to. And as I said to them, all that matters is a desire to be there. You can't do anything. When there's acts of God, there's just nothing you can do. You just gotta planes get to canceling and roads are undrivable. It is what it is. So nevertheless, again, welcome as you guys come in. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna find my rhythm. I'm gonna get my flow back rolling. But y'all know I only know one way to go, and that's to be real, raw, and just authentic as I can be. So as you come in, make sure you hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Make sure you, no matter where you get your content from. I will not be showing the show anymore on my personal Facebook page. So you want to watch the show, if you want to watch it on Facebook, you'll have to watch it on the KC-1400 Media Group page. You got to watch it on the KC-1400 Media Group Twitter page. But ideally, we'd rather you watch it on YouTube. You know what I mean? But wherever you get your content, make sure you follow us, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Miss Joyce, Joyful Creations, thank you for being a channel member. Listen, if there are any platinum members out there, I'm telling you guys, if you want to be a platinum member, that's where it goes down at. Shoot me an email, join the platinum chat. And, you know, everybody's welcome. Everybody's opinion is accepted. Don't matter if you agree or disagree. You know, it's all internal. Get it out while we can. What is Ashley thinking to division? Why don't you call Ashley and ask him? You know what I mean? You don't sell a lot of season tickets. Well, we don't sell a lot of season tickets anyway. Again, we're going to deal with facts tonight. And I don't think everybody probably not going to like. See, this is the thing, Deron. I'm gonna deal with it in 3 ways. 3 ways. I have my take on the schedule. I respect your take on the schedule. And the third and final one is we're going to deal with the data. We're going to be real about it. Now, you ain't got to like it. But if you understand his philosophy and why he did what he did, it makes total sense. And I'm going to say this again. We got to stop talking about season tickets. We don't sell season tickets like that. We didn't sell a bunch of season tickets. We sold right at maybe we got to 7,000 season tickets sold when Prime was our head coach. We hit the same numbers just about every single year. And every single year, we come back with the same excuses as to why we can't do it. I am not finna sit up here and lose no whole lot of sleep over preseason. I'm sorry, y'all. The rules are different for Jackson State. I'm going to break it down. But this is what I'm going to tell you. I want to preface what I'm going to say by saying, because we disagree, it does not mean that I don't respect your opinion. Whether we agree or disagree, that's irrelevant. So we can have dialogue about it. And I can tell you, you know, in a respectful way, there is a very specific reason why A.D. Robinson decided to schedule the way he scheduled. And it is a very understandable It is a very understandable reason. Okay? That's how you deal with that. So, again, we're going to talk about it. Stop talking about it. The folk don't even show. Again. Jackson State football. Yeah, I think y'all going to force me to go here early. Let me go on here and get these preliminaries out the way, and then we're going to come back to it, all right? If y'all don't mind. I want to do this before we do anything. Again, rest in peace to our brother, D. Corey C. And then, again, a couple preliminary things I do want to touch on. First and foremost, we almost at 9,000 subscribers right now. So need you guys to subscribe if you're watching, if you're tuned in. And all I'm going to say is this right here. It's a new day for me. I ain't going to be disrespectful. And I do not, under any circumstance, tolerate disrespect coming in my direction. It's going to be met with really just a mute, a block, and a move on. I ain't giving no more energy to bull jump. I just don't have time for it anymore. Life's just too precious. So, and you don't get that time back. So I am not wasting any more time in this media space because I have a very daunting task to carry the banter and carry you follow what I'm saying? Got to keep this thing rolling, man. Because we just lost a giant, right? And I ain't finna try to fill his footsteps. I'm going to do my part to keep this thing rocking and rolling, though. So with that comes a thing where we have to understand we can't waste time on the foolishness. So again, I'm going to start off by saying I respect you. I respect your mind. And I understand. I appreciate your thoughts. It's cool. But it ain't gonna change though. So I live by a creed that says if I can't change something, I got to change how I feel about it so I could get on to my next thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Happy Black History Month. All right. Happy Black History Month. We're going to get this thing popping, man. This is actually my New Year's resolution month. I don't like January New Year's resolution, so I'm ready to get my exercise on. I'm about to start eating better and all that good stuff. Yeah. You for sure, baby. And that's what I see, Duran. I appreciate that, bro, because that's what I want to make sure. A lot of times on Twitter and social media, we don't hear each other, man. We just be running. We be emotional. And I'm guilty of that. I'm not judging nobody. I'm telling you, Ken Clark used to be very emotional, run out there and say, I laughed all day. I was trolling all kind of folks. Because listen, I've had this schedule for almost a month and a half. The chat would tell you. I was like, nope, that ain't the schedule. I ain't telling y'all though, because people go run their mouth. And I said to myself, when I looked at this schedule, I said, yeah, it's gonna be some folks ain't gonna like this. They ain't gonna like this. It's gonna be all kind of think pieces. Yeah, it's gonna be all kind of think pieces. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about it. But I'm gonna say this again now before I get started. JSU don't owe y'all nothing now. Y'all eat real good to the SWAT. Man, y'all, I got so much. Let me just slow walk this thing. Let me send a couple birthday shout outs, man. We're gonna send a couple birthday. Happy birthday to the general and the general manager. Y'all see what I did there? It's a belated birthday. Coach old birthday was just the other day. Today's birthday is Jacoby Morgan. So happy birthday to the general and the GM or the general manager, Coach Otis, really, man. So happy birthday. A big birthday salute to the bro, to them. And yeah, man, let's keep it moving. All right. We're back on track, y'all. We've tallied this thing up. We have got organized, even more so organized. And if everybody that has signed up, anybody that has signed up to join the collective in 2026, you probably should have gotten an email, because you guys are going to see now, we have ramped up the communication. We have ramped up the organization. We have ramped up the processes and the things, because if we're going to go for gold, we got to have a gold standard operation with everything that we're doing. That's just the way it's got to be, period, point blank. Got new administration, new admin assistant. You know what I'm saying? We making it do what it do. We got some more amazing things coming down the pipe. Elevation in 2026. We're going for gold. So listen, if you're in the chat, the link is pinned to the chat. Listen, man, you want to be a part of a game-changing idea. Let's go for gold, baby. Click the link, join the collective. Doesn't matter what level you sign up at. Gold is a level that we're pushing from our campaign standpoint, but any level. Calvin, the new strength coach is in place, but I am not going to introduce, because the school is going to, they're going to actually start introducing the new coaches and stuff this week and start next week. So you're going to see our new D-line coach is going to get introduced, our new strength coach, probably some title changes here and there. So just stand by for that. And as we said, man, we really just wait on the university to put that out there. But all I'm gonna say is this right here, man. He done hit the ground running, and them boys saying, "Hey, man, woo!" They putting that work in early, man. So definitely looking for the results again. That's all I got on that. Got your Miller shirt. Good deal, man. Got a good deal, man. Shout out to everybody. Everybody should have gotten their Ahmad Miller 1,000-yard commemorative tee. Everybody should have gotten it. And if there is an issue, we'll work through that issue and we'll go from there. But nevertheless, click the link, join the collective. Let's go for gold. I'm not going to spend much time on that because I do want to get to moving and give you guys what we come to talk, because I want to hear from you guys as well. Next thing I got is, again, want to shout out our ambassadors. We introduced our initial first 8 ambassadors for this for this year. Again, quarterback Jared Lockhart, safety, defensive back Cam Salas, Quay Davis. All these gentlemen was part of the brand, and we're excited to extend our brand partnership with them. Carmelo Jones, Jency Riley, KJ Chisholm, Jonas Fertillion, and Nate Boogie, baby. Hey, man. Hey. These are the guys that we're building with, and we're looking to elevate this thing, man, going forward into the 2026 year. And guess what, y'all? We got some more ambassadors, but we're gonna slow walk it. We brought in some we brought in an entirely new roster of not entirely new, but damn near an entirely new defense almost. And we're gonna break that down and we'll talk about it. But nevertheless, quarterback room shaping up nice. We just picked up him. Yep. We're gonna talk about him tonight too. So again, and that right there, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's also going to kind of segue into what I want to touch on and why the schedule, in my opinion, is so important. What's up, Doc? How you doing, man? But again, want to welcome Nate Boogie back to the brand. Have been doing great, man. Have been doing an outstanding job for us and just pushing and representing the brand. And we're excited to build on these 8 returning guys and expand on that bad baby, right? So we have 13 new ambassadors, brand new ambassadors that we will introduce throughout the month. So again, you add these 8 plus 13, that'll put us at 21. So we're going to enter in. We're going to enter into the spring, starting off with 21 football ambassadors. And believe you me, trust me, we will update the website shortly, and we will start introducing those players as time goes by. So just hang tight on that. I love my shirt. Go Tigers. Good deal. We have a great class. And listen, man, it's the perfect timing, because don't forget to get your cat head. Don't forget to get your Greenwood whiskey. Jasco, go by Cat Head right downtown. Is Savage still on the team? No, he's not. Savage. Talking about Shamar Savage? And Shamar Savage got an extra year last year. He's like 25. No, he's not. Nate the Great, absolutely. And don't forget to go to Point City Brew and grab that old-fashioned syrup and that Tiger Reader mix, man. All right. Speaking of recruits, man, this Wednesday, so today is Monday, so in 2 days, if you haven't gotten your tickets, we're going to be at the M-Bar. It's National Signing Day. Tiger fans, get ready for the 2026 football recruit reveal. We're going to reveal the entire signing class on National Signing Day. Join us on February the 4th at M-Bar Jackson as we officially reveal the 2026 football recruiting class. You can meet and greet head coach TC Taylor and the entire Jack State football staff and get your 2026 schedule posters. And they're going to have some giveaways, a silent auction, and so much more. Visit gojsutigers.com/recruitreveal26 or scan the QR code to purchase tickets. It's on all of our social, all over the place. So you're daggum right, brother Bradley. It is definitely a reload, man. Shout out to Decor C, man, with that amazing article, which we're going to forever be able to refer back to, because those words will reign true for quite some time. Man, I absolutely hate this stupid. This thing is weird, man. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My apologies. My apologies. My thumb is tapping this button, man. So when I tap the button, it pushed me out. But nevertheless, it's all good. Thing keeps slipping, and never mind. That mouse, man. I'm telling you, it's buttons. I got a new mouse, man. And y'all see these dadgum buttons on the side right here? These little buttons right here? I keep tapping these damn things by mistake. And every time I touch the dadgum thing, it pushes me out. So anyway. Oh, sensitive ass mouse. Hey, man, it's right on time today. It was a lot of sensitivity on Twitter today. You feel what I'm saying? Quit hitting that button. Quit bumping the table, man. Who keep hitting my table, man? But now, man, I'm gonna try, man. I'm trying my best, man. I got these big old hands up with it. Anyway, let keep it moving. Anyway, I promise y'all, I'm trying my best to not to touch this thing. All right, so the recruit reveal. So just bear with me. If it puts me out, It's a feature. I know, man. It is a feature. I'm gonna figure it out, man. It's brand new. Anyway. All right, that's what we got next. All right, so listen, tonight was supposed to be today. So they moved it to, so this got rescheduled. ESPN is going to be in Jackson, right? But they would have been in Jackson today, and they would have been there on the 2nd. They rescheduled it to the 16th. So if you're going to be in town, we're going to have a big pep rally. All right, it's going to be at the AAC at 10 a.m. Doors are going to open at 9 o'clock. Pull up, man. We're going to have a big pep rally on February the 16th. And then they're going to stream Sports Center live at 11 a.m. From the AAC. Pretty cool stuff, man. So we welcome ESPN to the campus, and somebody can drop in the schedule drop in the chat whoever we're going to be playing that day. I had it in front of me, but I'm not going to waste too much time on it. But pretty cool experience. So they'll be back on February the 16th. That is also going to be the same week as Mardi Gras. It's going to be the same week as the Legacy Bowl gets started, and the HBCU Combine is going to be popping. All that good stuff will be going on. Tiger Nation, keep supporting. Absolutely, man. If you got to be told to support, got to question your fandom. All right, let's move on to softball real quick. I know Pops was in the chat, man. I see you out there, brother. Papa Jackson. But no, man, Sidney Charles, we got 2 new signees from high school. Coach Montgomery and staff are doing a fantastic job recruiting for the softball team. Y'all forgot, man. Don't forget now, we are back-to-back SWAC champions. You understand what I'm saying? And we got some big-time players coming in, and we got some big-time players going out. So this is another reload, right? So we want to welcome Miss Sidney Charles and Miss Kara Sakai. Sakai to the JSU softball family. All right. Yeah, Bethune-Cookman on the 16th. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one there. We got to get it though. Speaking of women's softball, though, Jackson State is projected to finish first in the East, and of course, Prairie View first in the West, like they did last year. We got Jace Jackson returning. We got who we got out there? We got Miss Layla Gibson. Who else we got? We got some dogs returning, man. And I think we should win it again. Y'all know how softball goes. Softball kicks off this week. It starts on the 6th. It will be over at the school. So definitely be on the lookout. Go support the ladies. We got softball this weekend. Pull up, man. Pull up. And our bowling team is absolutely taking heads off right now. Hey, so again, I'm not going to try to recap everything that's happened over the past week. I just want to give you a quick snapshot of what's out there. Let's move on to football, though. We got us a new quarterback, man, that's coming in as well. 3-star, Darion Jones from Venice, Florida, man. I remember hearing about this kid at the earlier part of when we first returned back to school. 6'3", 220. Big time arm, a lot of arm talent. You get another 3-star with Sammy Dunn, who just won like 5A Player of the Year. Absolutely the beast. That's right, Jerome. She is a beast. Best in the conference, by the way. Shout out to Deuce over there, public figure. Yeah, that GPA is awesome, isn't it? 4.4 GPA. But no, man, go check him out. Make sure you go follow him if you're not on Twitter. If you're not following him, it's Darion Jones QB. Go follow the young man. Got great film, 3-star kid coming out of Florida. And that's a whole nother conversation that we can have. We are the best. Listen, our coaches are the best high school recruiters in the conference, period, point blank. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. You know what I mean? I know anybody could go hit the portal and grab a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, players that's looking for opportunities that didn't really play or want a different opportunity from their previous institution. But to recruit high school at a high level and get the right talent and develop that talent. Yep. Venice High School won state championship in 2024. Appreciate that update, Mike B. I watched softball championship last year when the ladies won. They used the rule book. They did use that rule book, man. They used it to perfection, too. Shout out to Coach Gump, man. Good bunch of Florida boys on the team. Yeah, a nice contingent of Florida kids, brother St. Louis, on this roster, man. I like it. We recruit and we develop. Absolutely. That is a fact. So again, we want to welcome Darion Jones. He will be signing his national letter of intent on Wednesday to join the Jack State Tiger family, looking to get him in on the back end. So again, bringing in that quarterback room is starting to shape out pretty freaking good, man. I like it. And we got a walk on that's coming in from a JUCO. So I think we'll probably have 5. More than likely, we'll do. You see some opportunities for some young men to come in, red shirt, get developed, and then just figure out. Let the players decide it on the field, man. Stole him from FAMU. Hey, man, he didn't want to go to no FAMU, man. He wanted to be a tiger. He didn't want to be a snake. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be slithering around all day. You know, but nevertheless, let's keep it moving. Welcome to the family, Darion. All right. Let's talk about this young brother right here. There's a lot going on, you know, and there was a lot going on when this young brother, Terrence Hibbler Jr., big time pickup in the transfer portal for Jack State football. Former 4-star, Mississippi State commit. Sometimes you just got to have what you need in place, man, in order to land big fish like this. This is a big fish pickup for us. Coming out of Lexington, Mississippi, family, Jeremiah Williams, family, Cam Salas, big time kid. He was a 5A defensive player of the year for the state of Mississippi, just like Jeremiah Williams. But what kind of happened with Terrence Hibbler's commitment, the gravity of us losing Corey, I think kind of drowned out some of the noise, and I think the impact wasn't he was able to just slip under the radar. And I like that. I really did. But we're going to talk about him tonight because this is our first chance we had to actually talk about it, man. So, yeah, just shout out to the coaches, man, for being able to recruit at a high level, man. This kid is going to be a difference maker. This kid, I kept telling you guys, we had a big fish that was coming in that was going to be a game changer for us. And I can't wait to see it. I'm not going to oversell you guys on any of our players. They got to go earn it on the field, man. I don't know who's going to be who and who's going to be what. You know, you say recruit but can't schedule. As a matter of fact, actually we can schedule. And again, I'm going to tell you like this right here. You can have your opinion, but we're not going to do that. We can actually schedule very well because our schedule was very intentional, in case you didn't know that. Y'all the ones got a problem with it. Yeah, we got some folks that from Jackson that having them folks ain't coming no way. Okay, so what? Two D2 schools. Absolutely. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it? It's preseason. And again, it's fake outrage. You don't care that much about Jack State's schedule. If you're a JSU fan, there's no way you care that much about JSU's schedule. What school you represent? You can't be that much in the tizzy about JSU. Best in FCS. Then take your ass over there where they at. How about you do that? There you go. I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody about it. Again, you can have your opinion, but I ain't finna do that. I ain't gonna do that. And I personally don't give a damn about nobody's opinion. I don't even care about mine when it comes to that. I can share it with you, but I'm just telling you like this right here. Again, I ain't finna listen to the cheap shots. I ain't finna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't have to entertain that. Go find you somewhere else to talk. Go do something else. Go in the corner and read a book or something. I don't care. Again, Jackson State's schedule was intentional. It wasn't a mistake. And I'm explaining it to you, but I ain't got there yet. People act like all that old fake outrage. It's fake. It's forced. I'm going to tell you what the outsiders are really mad about. I'm going to tell y'all. Can I go ahead and tell y'all? The reason y'all so bothered about Jack State doing what every other SWAC school be doing. Y'all had folk playing Lincoln. Prairie won SWAC championship last year. And I can assure you, they didn't give a rat's glute the fact that they paid this high school team that decided to take off football this year. They were so bad that they said, you know what? We ain't even gonna play football in 2026. We just gonna not play football. Y'all scared. They scheduled a high school team. And guess what? Nobody cared in December because they were playing for the SWAC championship. That game did not matter. People keep talking about stuff that doesn't matter. Newsflash. Oh man, it's weak. It's weak. Okay. That's your opinion. I respect it. But let's talk about something. Jackson State has never won an FBS game in the history of his program. Not one. I don't understand this infatuation with close. I'm not a lovable loser. I want to win. I want to win every game. But I don't give a damn about preseason. You know why? Because we don't know what kind of team we got. So hang tight. I'm gonna come back to that again. Now let me do what I need to do. I have a show to carry on. Okay, just let me do what I do. If you're gonna come in the chat and you want to talk, I'll let you hear you talk. But I ain't finna listen to no cheap shots. I ain't listening to none of that. And I wish you would not watch. Don't subscribe. Don't follow. Don't watch the content. Don't support. Go away. Just go over there. Go away. I ain't finna do that back and forth stuff. We don't have dialogue. Yeah, y'all can recruit, but you can't schedule. Actually, we can. IAD was very intentional about what he was trying to do. And guess what he said? I told y'all. Who was listening to me when I told y'all we were not playing in FBS school in 2026? I said that several shows. I've said it. I've been telling y'all that. So everybody, oh my goodness. We're not playing FBS school. Y'all don't care about JSU playing on FBS school. Y'all mad because y'all looked at our schedule and said, man, ain't nobody going to beat them. Y'all, see, that's what y'all bothered by. Y'all are bothered by the fact. That's what it is. Y'all know. Boy, these jokers done went out here and got all these damn players and got all these recruits, and then they put 2 D2s on the schedule. Man, ain't nobody gonna beat Jack State. We gotta sit up there and deal with that. And oh man, we gotta hear these folk. Y'all think we make schedules for Twitter debates? Man, you are crazy. If you think that IAD even remotely considers an inkling of a thought about some spat on social media. No, there's real data involved in this. You talking about D2s, and we actually getting paid. We getting broke off a little change for what we doing, and they getting paid. So, you know, we do things a little different than JSU. Just saying. We ain't got to do what y'all do. Y'all need us. We don't need y'all. We don't need none of them folks. Y'all keep trying to impose these mandates on JSU like we got to acquiesce to everybody else's demands. No, we don't. Got folks out here talking about some, man, there's other D1 schools that's looking for players, looking for teams to play, and we got folks out here scheduling D2s and NAIs. Who gives a damn? That ain't our problem. That's on y'all. Ain't nobody care about no preseason. In November, when we head into Montgomery and Alabama State playing well, Andrew Body comes back to the SWAC. Y'all telling me y'all gonna give a damn about us playing Edward Waters in November, and let's say Jack State undefeated and Alabama State undefeated. Oh, baby. Man, y'all not gonna care. It's fake outrage. The goal for Jackson State is to win the Celebration Bowl. We don't go to the FCS playoff. The SWAC is not an FCS playoff league. It's not a postseason league like that. You gotta not be good. You gotta be just good enough to possibly get considered, but not good enough to win the conference in order to go to the playoffs. We're not playing for the FCS playoffs, people. We are playing to win the Celebration Bowl that has monetary benefits. And unlike y'all, we are Jackson State. We do things a little different over here. We don't have to do what y'all do. Y'all need us. It's been a slow news day. Jack State dropped their schedule. Everybody get to eat. That's what we do. Why y'all hating on Let Edward Waters get a little change. Let Tuskegee get a little change. Man, that weak. Okay. I ain't gotta like it, but I understand it though. The only thing I wanted to play 12 games. But when I talked to our AD and he explained his philosophy, he don't want to play 11. He don't want to play 12 games. And he has a very specific reason as to why. And it makes total sense. So our strategy is, y'all listening? I'm going to tell y'all what Jack State's strategy is for 2026. We got banged up pretty bad versus USM last year. We come out of that game. We lost Jonas for the rest of the season. Kobe got banged up. Jeremiah got banged up. We was beat up pretty bad playing against USM. We didn't win the game. We don't have a history of winning FBS games. I don't feel like I don't like money games. I love our stuff. And I think that some people are just perturbed because if we don't have, I don't know why we sit up here and celebrate HBCU this, yeah. But then we do a full HBCU schedule. We act like it just ain't good enough. And we come up with all these different fake narratives as to why. No, I want to win a Celebration Bowl. Matter of fact, I want to kick everybody's behind next year because the way we got pooped on for losing the SWAC championship game to Prairie View, the way folks have been hating on us, the way folks have been talking smack about us, the way folks, let me tell y'all something. This is we gonna kick y'all ass schedule. And we're gonna use the preseason to get ready while we figure out what we don't know. We brought in 60 new players, and y'all want us to go play North Dakota State and Troy. No, we're not doing that. We got a true sophomore quarterback that's going to be taking over and going to be handed the keys. And we don't even, who's going to start? Who's your defensive starters? Jackson State folks who all on Twitter. Who going to start on defense? Who going to start on defense for Jackson State this season? Please tell me who's going to start because your ass don't know. I don't even know. I don't know who's going to start. We got a whole new defense. So give us time to figure this out. We got to build chemistry, baby. And we ain't trying to impress y'all. We're trying to beat y'all. And once we're going to go to Nashville, we're going to have us a good time. We're going to go have us a good time in Nashville, Cashville. We're going to play Tennessee State. And then we're going to come back home and we're going to proceed to do what we need to do. We're going to use the Edward Waters game for what we need to use the Edward Waters game for. And then we're going to take a break. And we're going to lick our wounds. All right, let's regroup a little bit. And then we're going to go play Tuskegee. We're going to ball and parlay against Tuskegee. And then Southern, bring your ass on to Jackson. Come on home. Come on here. Come here. We ready now. Because we got 3 games in a bye to figure out whatever we need to figure out when we get ready for SWAC play. Because the objective is to win the Celebration Bowl. It's not to give you talking points. We'll schedule an FBS school and all that stuff y'all talking. We'll do it in 2027. We'll do it in 2027. I'm telling y'all, we'll be back. So we don't mind y'all calling us, the schedule's weak. Man, stop with the fake. You got folks coming up with excuses. I live on the West Coast and I ain't missed now game. Thanks be the good Lord for having no issues and being blessed to be able to do that, right? Yeah. I live in Cali. And I have never missed a game that Coach T.C. Taylor has coached. That's because I don't want to miss a game. I don't care who we playing. Jack State Tigers got a uniform on and they playing football. I'm there. I do not wait. When did we start? I don't give a damn who we playing over there. I want to beat them, and I want to beat them back. I want to dominate them. I love Jackson State football. So if Jackson State is playing football, I'm there. I don't care. Now, that's my opinion on that, while also respecting your opinion to want to have a tough schedule. I respect that. But that ain't what we doing in 26. While you idiots are out here calling yourself weak. I told y'all we play in the super weak ass conference because everybody out here saying our schedule weak. We playing y'all. So that makes our schedule weak. So y'all around here having long debates over preseason? No, dog. I'm going to tell y'all this again. If our AD can decide 11 or 12, he going to choose 11. Not trying to be beat all up and broke all up. And again, it is what it is. I saw, folk put out some stuff. It is what it is. The reality of the matter is that from a staffing standpoint, from a facilities staffing, just medical treatment type standpoint, you know what I mean? We're not built for a consistent at this time. We're not built for 12 games, 14, 15 games like that. Because when you got a lot of these schools that playing like that, FBS schools always been playing 12 games, but they also got hella, recovery and all this and that type stuff. When you get injury riddled, man, and you're trying to get through that extra bye helps. And then two, you got a fan base that's always consistently as a whole griping about expenses. And man, you get a couple of weeks off during the football season. You can regroup, save a little money, do what you want to do with it. But again, the other thing was to schedule 5 home games. So when you're trying to get 5 home games, everybody wants Jackson State to come to them. Those are the facts. Everybody wants Jackson State to go to them. But it ain't a lot of people trying to come to Jackson, y'all. Y'all don't get that. It's always we come up with we fantasize about these scenarios as if it can just happen out of thin air. Our AD Robinson is never going to schedule a Power 5 program. He's not doing it. He's made that clear. I'm not going to, and he said this out of his own mouth. He felt like, and I don't mind, and I know he knows I was going to talk about this. He felt like in the first year, because that first year when Coach Taylor, when we went to Texas State, that schedule was pretty much already in place. That schedule was actually made for Coach Prime, but Coach Prime left. So again, we're going MEAC SWAC. We got Texas State. Them folks put 77 points on us with a whole new 70, 80 new players. We go up in there and DJ Kenny and them bringing all these players from Incarnate Word who was pretty tough. We got destroyed. We got beat pretty bad. We come out of there banged up. That little money wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? In the end, we put up 34, but again, it just didn't do much for us, right? Because in the end, if you really get down to the nitty-gritty, our fans want to win the SWAC and they want to win the Celebration Bowl. You get nothing for win. All these preseason games are tune-up games. They are. Now, if you choose to go heavy and go, because a lot of schools are playing those games from budget standpoints. Let me tell you what our AD does. So I've said this to you guys. We have a 3-year deal to play Tuskegee. We said that last year. So why are we so, again, I didn't know who was going to play. When I see it, I'm like, okay, cool. You take an Edward Waters because you need a home game. We already got Tuskegee locked in a 3-year deal. That comes with money, by the way. You tell me, man, nobody gonna come see Tuskegee play. You stay your ass at home for all I care. We still getting paid off the rip. That's the whole class. That's a whole credit union classic right there. WC Gordon Classic. Getting $200K every year from Hope to play that game. And they're gonna cover the funds to make sure Tuskegee gets compensated for coming to Jackson. See, again, we could talk. But when you're creating revenue from your decisions, the bottom line makes sense. Everybody come up with the scenarios, but those scenarios are not filled with real data. It's filled with emotions and what we think. You follow what I'm saying? By the way, the season tickets on sale right now. Get your season ticket. I'll come back to that. So let's get to the schedule, because this is what we're talking about. So 27 will be Tennessee State, Tuskegee. I don't know who we're going. It could be FCS. I'm more than likely. I don't know who that FBS school will be, but chances are it will be. That's from now. Who that might be, I don't know. So yes, we got Tennessee State coming to Jackson. We got Tuskegee in Jackson. You betcha. And then all you gotta do is flip your swag schedule. So that means Alcorn, Jackson, Bethune-Cookman, Jackson, Alabama State, Jackson. So there go 3 of your home games right there. You automatically gonna get Alabama State, Alcorn, Bethune-Cookman is gonna be in Jackson. Then you got Tuskegee. Then you got Tennessee State. That's 5 home games right there. Now, does Grambling stay on the schedule? Do we go back to Vegas next year? Because you know Alabama A&M is going to be in Gulf Coast Challenge. That's $450,000 right there every year. That $900,000 over a 2-year period. Because remember, if it's a home and home, you got expenses 1 year and you got gate the next year. You don't make money in year 2. You make money year 1. We don't get no money for going to Nashville. That's all expenses. Yeah, it's a cute game. We're excited. Oh, we play Tennessee State, but it's a home and home. See, home and homes don't pay bills on the road. But when you mess around and you go and strategically lock in a game like Alabama A&M historically, you know what I'm saying? The reason I'm putting understanding on this is because I actually sat down with the AD and had this conversation. I ain't coming up like I'm some expert, this and that. Again, my job is to get the data and bring it to you. And data don't come with emotions. Emotions don't pay bills. It's about the bottom line. Again, I get it. We don't have to like it. But when you understand, when you deal with the data's going to tell you the reality of what we're doing. We don't know what our team going to look like this year. I believe we're going to be really doggone good. I believe so. We got a dog at quarterback that we've seen him play 5 games. He ain't lose now game. Kid is a star, but injuries happen. All kinds of stuff happens. You don't know. You bring in 60 new players. We had 40 seniors last year. 40. We had 40 seniors last year, and all of them gone. There was no JUCO rule. Gone. Whole D-line wiped out. We was left with Wayne Patterson, Stanley Cook. Love both of them. Jace went to Prairie View. So we got to go recruit an entirely new defensive line, and we got a new D-line coach. Come on now. In comes Michael Gay at linebacker. Out goes Reed Pulliam. Out goes Ashton Taylor. There go your 2 starters. In comes Christian Aiken. In comes Michael Gay. You return Mello. You return Ja'Cory Harkin. Possibly, but it has to. The schedule got to line up. But when you think about it, we don't schedule a cupcake homecoming. When have we ever scheduled a cupcake for homecoming under A.D. Robinson? Can somebody give me some type of data on that? Because we have scheduled Alabama and Alabama State twice. We have scheduled who else did we schedule? Did we schedule a cupcake for homecoming? Maybe we did. What was it? Was it Pine Bluff? Maybe. Did we schedule Pine Bluff? We don't schedule cupcakes under A. He made that clear. We scheduled Campbell for homecoming one time. That wasn't no cupcake. Campbell was pretty doggone good. So again, we're not going to come back in the middle of the schedule. We're going to schedule them for preseason. If we're going to schedule a D2, it's probably going to be in preseason. Yeah, Bama State 3 times, FAMU, I get it. Who we scheduled last year for homecoming? Alabama State. And it was a thriller of a game, man. You know what I'm saying? But FAMU is kind of a coach. I was wondering, I was waiting on the comment. I was waiting on the comment, dog. You know, close to cupcake was Valley. Okay, we had Valley. Okay. I don't like, but again, man, think about this though. I'm gonna give you a different way of thinking about it. I respect your opinion on that, and I respect it for sure. Because I know what you mean. It's a small gripe. That's come down to preference. I totally get it. We kind of want that guarantee. But check this out, man. Jack State FAMU homecoming in Jackson. Come on, baby. Come on now. Come on now. That's a fire game, if you ask me. I'm just saying. The game, listen, this schedule ain't as weak as people think. I ain't even got to that part yet, but this is, we got people doing think pieces, and again, I don't care about the polls anymore because you guys made the polls not matter last year because we actually beat the team that y'all really were heralding as the #1 team, and then y'all still didn't put no respect on our name. So why should we care about the polls? Y'all made the polls irrelevant. See, y'all made the poll just like you see how this, like they got this mess with Bill Belichick not going into the Hall of Fame as a first ballot Hall of Famer. What they really did, they took emotions and hate towards Bill Belichick and they made the Hall of Fame. It lost some validity to it. You made it into nothingness. You made people not take it serious. So I'm in the media. I see how y'all move. It doesn't matter what we do. If your mode is to slant the story when it's Jackson State, it does not matter what we do. So you should thank Jackson State because now you don't have to make up nothing. Now you don't have to be fake about it. Just go write your story and say Jackson State has a weak schedule and just stand on that and we're okay with it. But at the end of the day, if we're holding a Celebration Bowl trophy, you can kick rocks. I don't care. I just don't. Y'all have made this thing become a win the Celebration Bowl or bust. That's what it is for me. So, again, Coach Taylor takes over in 2023. Eddie feels like he really kind of done him a disservice. That schedule was brutal, man. We went to Atlanta. Listen, go back to the 20. All right. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Let's do it. Y'all don't mind. Jack State football schedule. And give me a couple more minutes and I'm gonna add you guys I'm gonna let you guys come up, give your thoughts and opinions on this thing. So all right, let's go to the Jack State football schedule in 2023. Y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind. All right, we went 7-4. All right, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. If y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind. I like Signetti, by the way. He's one of my new favorite coaches, by the way. The moderators, they can do what they do. I ain't trying to look for no haters in the chat. I don't care about these people. As long as they ain't doing nothing crazy. No side button, bro. I'm using my head. I'm using the laptop right now. Hold on just a second, big dog. All right, so let's go to it real quick. So first year on the Coach Taylor. What did I just do? I guess I didn't just do that right, huh? Am I not sharing? What you doing, bro? There we go. All right. So let's take a look at it, if you don't mind. All right, so first game of the season. All right, we went to Atlanta. Man, this was look at this, man. Y'all remember this? We started the road. See, this was a hard schedule. And I'm finna call you out on your hypocrisy, man. This was tough. We're very tough. We started off in Atlanta. South Carolina State, we won. Then we had to go to the Orange Blossom Classic. Miami. Then we had to go to Southern. Non-conference game. And then we had to go to San Marcos, Texas. Flying in. The team stayed in San Antonio. By road, San Antonio, 9 hours from the house. Man, and then y'all remember this? Talk to me now. Talk to me. Then with the Mobile, we came back. We had this was a very tough situation for a first-time head coach with 70 plus new players. A first-time head coach with 70 plus new players. Y'all remember when we played in them red uniforms versus Bethune-Cookman? Something we just could not get right. We won the game. We won the game now. But man, that game was hard to watch. It was we had no flow. We had just got our teeth kicked in by Texas State. And we come home for the first time. Then after we win that game, now we got to go to Mobile. And then we come back home for homecoming. Brutal schedule, man. Now, we did have a bye before we went to go to Mobile. But my point was, again, by his own admission, you know what I'm saying, this was a very, very, very tough schedule for Coach Taylor. You know what I'm saying? And saying, listen, man, I ain't trying to, you know, your AD won't if you trying to make some money and really like set your program up. Football is really the program that can set your entire program. Somebody mentioned Signetti in the chat. So you guys do know that the president of Indiana, I said this, the president of Indiana, a young lady, comes in and she invested heavily in the football because she was like, if we want to turn things around at the university, we have to be good in football. We have to be good. It's okay. We come in, listen, that was a tough schedule, and everybody griped. Now, all y'all that I want to go to some destination, we had Atlanta, Georgia, first game of the season. Then we had Miami, Florida, second game of the season. Then we go to our rival game down in Baton Rouge, right? Then we went to San Antonio, San Marcos. You follow what I'm talking about? Then we went to Mobile. I'm just saying, we was all over the place. I remember how many folks was BSing, was being and griping about being on the road all them damn games. We need more home games. Let me go back to the schedule. Let's see how many home games we had that season. We had Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State. Then we went to Itta Bena. We went to Pine Bluff. We had Texas Southern at home, and we had Alcorn at home. So let me get this straight. A.D. Robinson, in the first year that the head coach T.C. Taylor took over, we went 7-4, and we had 4 home games. And we started the season off on the road. For the whole entire month, we were gone. That was a very hard season. Very hard, right? So again, we come back and he did whatever we had to do. You know what I'm saying? Had some pretty solid schedules. But again, I asked A.D. Robinson last year, I said, hey, we're going to play an FBS school in 2026? He said, nope. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break from our usual annual butt whooping from the FBS school. Some of us aren't satisfied with our schedules because it doesn't touch the PWIs in some shape, form, or fashion. It's too brown for you. I'm coming down your road now. Don't lie to yourself, man. See, for some folks, look at go look at the examples of who we should be playing. It's always some PWI. Because you don't feel validated until you go over there and we gotta do something. He absolutely would. That's why he ain't trying to do it. At the end of the day, it's about green. It's about green. It's about making your bottom line make sense for you. Tennessee State makes sense. We can drive to Nashville. A little 5 hour, we can get to Nashville. And guess what? We can go on over there. We can get a nice game. We get that game back rolling. The cool thing about Tennessee State, and people griping because we did a home and home. We did a home and home with Tennessee State. There's no classic. That means Tennessee State get to come to Jackson for the first time in over 30 years. Next year. And let's see how many of they folks gonna come. Let's see how many folks gonna come. And I'm just saying, you got folks in Jackson, Mississippi. All right, let me talk to you for a second. You got folks in Jackson, Mississippi. Let me drop this thing. I'm gonna drop this thing and I'm gonna come back to it. You got some folks in Jackson, Mississippi, man. Y'all ready for this? In Jackson, Mississippi, they're gonna leave Jackson and go to Nashville. But ain't gonna come to the Edward Waters game. If that's the case, then the problem is not the schedule. The problem is you. We're going to go to Nashville. Now, folks have booked their rooms in Nashville already. Folks have rooms booked in Vegas that they got to go cancel. You're going to go to Nashville, Tennessee. You're going to leave Jackson, where you live. And you're going to go to Nashville, and you're not going to come to the Edward Waters game. And you think the problem is the schedule. No, it's not. No, it's not. We're not being real with ourselves, man. We're not. We're not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn if the Provine was on the schedule. I'm there. Spot the ball, baby. Because again, it doesn't matter what Jackson State do. Jackson State, you put ULM, USM on the schedule, they gonna pick the other school and they gonna root for the other school to kick our rear ends. And then when we lose, they gonna celebrate that we lost. That's what happens. Again, we have a full schedule, full of D1. Guess what else? Guess what else? I got one for you. Regular season schedule is greater than preseason. Y'all don't care about that like that, man. Y'all don't care like that. Y'all don't care like that. We just want to be mad. I ain't. You can be a football fan. I'm a football fan too. You think I ain't no football fan? You think my football fandom don't change because Edward Waters on the schedule? Who cares? Win the game. Dominate. I'm going to give you another scenario. And you got folks out here, you got schools out here that play D2, 2 D2s every year. Nobody cares. It only matters when it's Jackson State. That's what it matters. Y'all wanted Jackson State to play. Everybody, y'all always want Jackson State to play them. You go play them. And then you ain't even going to go to them games when y'all do play them. How many Tennessee State fans went to North Dakota State when they played them? Y'all didn't care. Ain't nobody care. Nobody cares. Y'all want Jack State to do that. Y'all want to pimp us out and throw us all over the place. Jack State gonna do what Jack State got to do what's best for them. And y'all got to be okay with that. When Jackson State, come on, man. I wonder why. Y'all don't want to get my theory on this because I'm gonna make somebody mad. Because people think when you give them the data and the facts and you just talk about the thing, like some kind of way we're insulting their intelligence. I'm going to say it again, disclaimer. I respect your opinion. I do. I just said to you what I wanted on the schedule. I wanted to play 12 games. I was cool with playing an FBS team. I don't mind playing an FBS team. I'm not sitting up here capping like, oh man, I don't play. I don't care. I just want to win the game. So based off that schedule, when I saw our schedule, I said, see, let's go 13-0. Pardon my French. Shoot, let's go 13-0. Let's dominate. That's what I'm saying. Y'all remember this? Now, I can drop the link now. If you got something on your mind, come on up. Talk to me now. Y'all talking in the chat. I want to hear from you. Talk to me. I'm respectful. As long as you giving respect to me, man, I promise you I ain't got nothing to say. I am not in disagreement with anybody saying, I just wanted to get to the data behind that. Again, from a strategic standpoint, it looks like we don't have Vegas on this schedule. I'm going to get into the whys. It looks like from talking to one of, I think I talked to Trey. Shout out to Trey. It's my brother. He was at the game over the weekend. It looks like we're probably the issue with Vegas is this: the NFL schedule has to align with the schedules. So maybe Vegas may not happen this year. You may see Vegas happen next year, potentially. I don't know. But the schedule, like the Las Vegas Raiders schedule, has to align for us to go back and play in that stadium during football season. So it has to line up, right? That's the first thing. So if that doesn't happen, I've heard something to the effect of us potentially going to the Hole to play Grambling for their homecoming. So if that's the case, it is what it is. It's their home game. we go to Grambling. So let me break that down from a budget standpoint, from a dollars and cents standpoint. From a dollars and cents standpoint, the only real travel expense that we have in 2026, which is a major, major transition year for us. Jack State is in the midst of a transition. Jack State is in the process of trying to secure funds for stadium renovations. Jack State is in the process of trying to get a permanent president in place. There's a lot of things that's not just black and white football stuff. Nashville is close in proxy. You got travel expenses, but you can drive to Nashville. Everybody does not have to get on a plane to go to Nashville. You can get in a car and drive up to Nashville. That's my point when it comes to that. You cannot, unless you just want to. Ain't nobody been driving no daggone Daytona. You crazy. You better get on a plane. I'm just saying 6 hours is cool. I mean, listen, you drive from Jackson to Atlanta. You can drive from Jackson to Dallas. You can drive from Jackson to Nashville. Depends on how fast you're going, 5.5, whatever. Don't matter. The point that I'm making is it's a drivable game. So that's far. The next farthest game you're going to have is Daytona. Outside of that, everything is a 3-hour radius or less. That is very good for the bottom line at Jack State. It's very good. When you have investors that's willing to help fund, people like, man, we paying these D2s to come play for us. Well, the FBS schools do it all the time. Why are you so okay with being some cum dump of a team practice scrimmage for FBS school that's gonna pay you to come kick your teeth in, and then all of a sudden we act like for some reason we can never do that? Oh, it ain't the fact that it's just two. Okay, come on, coach. When you really want to talk data, you're going to understand that this is a very, very favorable schedule for Jackson State. It's actually, now, you want to say it's not competitive? Okay. Our preseason isn't competitive. Our SWAC schedule is what it is every single year, because in the end, that's what's going to matter. Nobody gave a darn about USM when we were playing Andrew Body in the vet, in the boys, and we stopped them on the goal line. Nobody cared that we lost to USM. I don't necessarily feel like you have to that we have to have this game where we just go do this traditional. We go take this traditional L and call it competition. We're not. I'm just saying. I'm just being real. So again, this is strategy and philosophy. It's a philosophy and a strategy on display. It's not about satisfying your competition narratives, because the competition is going to come. I'm going to tell y'all something. Preview is going to be tough in 2026. They brought in 70 new players, a boatload of FBS transfers, some FCS guys. They brought in like 8 high schoolers and some JUCO kids. They brought in 70 new players. And their coach is very vocal about his strategy. It is what it is. We have our strategy. It works for us. But again, Jack State and Prairie View probably going to be the favorites to win the East and the West. Some people going to pick Alabama State because Body's returning back. Body and them lost a lot of stuff. They still had to turn over some. We don't know. We don't know. It's too early for that for right now. I got to see I have to go through the whole spring and fall before I give any type of thought process. I don't know who's going to be starting. Well, it's a lot that we got to see. So with that being said, while we are in the midst of transitioning from a very, very familiar, lovable roster filled with players that we absolutely just endeared and love, Jacobian Morgan is walking out of the door at Jack State. Jeremiah Williams is walking out of the door. You follow what I'm saying? Samar Hawkins gone. Who else we lost? You lost Sayers, you lost Petty, you lost Josh. No, we lost a boatload of talent over the last 2 seasons. But last year we was top heavy. We was very top heavy. Now we get more of a younger roster. We got to get younger. We got to get more skill in the building. We got to get faster, stronger. We making some major changes in a. So again, our AD is very aligned with our head coach. They are on the same page with a lot of this stuff, man. It's about strategy and positioning ourselves, giving ourselves the best chance to win the Celebration Bowl. In 2026, given everything on the table, this was the schedule we chose. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Can I just say it? I don't give a damn what y'all think. I ain't talking about Jack State fans. Jack State fans, we'll just have a conversation. Okay, we don't like it. Okay, give or take. All right, you got 5 home games. Okay, you didn't get no FCS. Okay, we got 2 D2s. Still come to the game, though, because we got a lot of kids going to be playing at Jack State for the first time, and they're going to get to play in that vet, and you still got to come support. You follow what I'm talking about? Joe, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? What's your thoughts on it? Talk to me.
Well, God, can you hear me good, Ken? I'm in Mississippi in the country, man.
I can hear you, brother. How you doing, man?
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good.
Nah, I sound bad. I'm gonna get out of here.
No, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep.
All right. On the schedule, what's going on, Ken? What's going on, Ken, man?
Doing good, man. How you doing, brother?
I just want to comment on the schedule.
Go ahead.
As a JSU fan, I look at JSU as a powerhouse.
I do too.
And I expected a better schedule than that. Well, we got to think about it. Can I step on some toes right quick?
Depends on who told you stepping on. I'll speak your mind.
Okay. I'm talking about the JSU fans.
Go ahead.
We get upset. Every other school in the SWAC be playing 2 D2 schools. Even schools that's not even certified or ranked or whatever you want to call it, NIA and Catholic schools. But I think us as JSU fans, we tend to make things go viral because I'm like this, as long as nobody don't disrespect JSU, I don't entertain it. But just because a person has a certain opinion about JSU, don't mean you have to always entertain it.
That's correct. Because
we make everybody go viral. That's why everybody talks about JSU and say bad things about JSU. Because all you can say is JSU playing 2 D2 schools. It wasn't no uproar. Southern been playing 2 D2 schools for the past 4 or 5 years. Ain't no uproar. Alabama State been playing 2 D2 schools for the past couple of years. Ain't nobody uproar. Prairie View played a school that wasn't even ranked. They've been playing who that is at California school.
Lincoln
is no uproar, but it's an uproar with JSU because we entertain it.
I agree.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If they don't disrespect JSU, then don't comment on it because we make it bigger. We blow everybody up.
You know what I do now, Joe?
JSU fans blow everybody up. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that? Go ahead.
Yep. You know what I do now? So Coach O posted a comment, right? I went in the comment section. I was listening. I was looking at everybody that had that old crazy stuff. I was just blocking and muting. I farm out people that I want to mute and block because I need my timeline to look a certain way. I don't care to entertain it. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not even going to engage. There's certain people that I just deal with in the media space because I have respect for them anyway. And, they talking, we'll talk a little bit. But if it's just a fool that ain't got no profile photo and they just going crazy saying something, then, you got these folk who sitting in the classroom all day that's out here in public, that's out here just out here just, polluting the airways with rhetoric consistently, talking more about your school more than they talk about their so-called school. I don't ever engage with that. I don't want to read it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk to it. So you're absolutely right. Man, stop entertaining it. It's not going to change.
No, not if they disrespect Jackson, then you get in their head. I mean, you get on them. But if they're not disrespecting, you can't complain at everybody because they have a different opinion. We all have opinions. Just because their opinion don't line up with ours, just like you say, you cool with it. I actually don't like the 2D schools. You cool with the T2 schools. And you kind of made a point about how everything lined up out. The ultimate goal is to get to the SWAC championship.
Well, I like I said, my being cool with it is accepting the fact that the schedule is final and we're gonna roll with it, right? So again, my desire was I wanted 12 games, and I think if we would have had another game, and let's say it was a tough FCS opponent or a FBS team, maybe people would have swallowed the 2D2s a little bit better. But again, the reality of the matter is it's hard sometimes for Jackson to get a game. There is nobody. You notice, Joe, there ain't nobody going out there saying I called and we was trying to come to Jackson.
Put Jackson on the schedule.
They never say it. They don't
put
say
Jackson
that.
on the schedule.
People always
don't say Jackson.
Yeah, they always say what we should do, but they never say they tried to call A.D. Robinson. We were trying to schedule Jackson State, and they turned us down.
Yeah.
They always want us to come.
There's always other schools.
So for us to get that 5th home game, which our fans said that was more important in the scale of things, how can we have 5 home games? And I'm gonna say this too: there's a game that we were supposed to have in another location that fell through twice. So when games fall through, you got to retreat and try to find a game. If you need a home game, go ahead.
That Hampton game wasn't that Hampton supposed to be a home and home?
The game was supposed to be in Chicago.
Okay, and that got canceled.
I'm saying the Hampton game that we played last year was actually supposed to be played in Chicago.
Okay, so it wasn't a home. Okay,
it was supposed to be. There was some other stuff with that. It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So within that, if you get, let's say, if you get Hampton in there, again, if something falls through, you got to get a game, or our fans are going to be more mad. Right. So you got to decide what you want to deal with, right? Do I want to deal with fans being pissed off that we got 4 home games, or do I want to deal with fans being pissed off that we got 2 D2s in 2026? It probably won't happen again no time soon, but it's just what it is this year. And I think people will find something else to be mad about in a short period of time. So they'll get over it.
Because it was a certain coach was talking about they trying to get some games, but they call every team but JSU. I'm just gonna leave it right there. And my JSU family, stop arguing with people about nonsense on Twitter, because y'all blow them up. Y'all make stuff go viral. Y'all make everything go viral. If I want to go viral, all I gotta do is get on Twitter and say something about Jackson State.
That is it. And we fall
and I'm gonna go viral
every single time.
And y'all fall for it.
That. So all I did today was kind of troll folks. I was like, man, we control the HBCU world, man. We make everybody stand at attention, no matter what y'all. These folks don't care nothing about their schedule. They don't care nothing about their shows. They don't. Again, I love it, man. I already knew. I was kind of prepared for it, so I'm not emotional either way. I'm gonna just be real with you, brother, Joe. Man, I just want to win the Celebration Bowl, man. We got to get that get back.
That's all. That's it. That's
all I
want. I had myself arguing with a dude on Twitter talking about the JSU schedule. You know what I mean? And he got disrespectful. And I say, Blue made a comment another year, JSU didn't, and he was right. We didn't schedule 12. We didn't schedule 12. He was right. But they got to start getting disrespectful, calling him crack and all that stuff. Blue is a good guy. He's a fair guy. You know what I mean? And he went to arguing disrespect, you know what I mean? Getting crazy. For what?
So, again.
You know what I mean? JSU family, stop arguing with people on Twitter. If they don't disrespect JSU, let them say what they got to say and keep on moving.
Man, I agree with that, brother. And I appreciate it, man.
All right, I got to give me some fuel.
Go ahead, brother.
Appreciate you, Ken. I'm going back on. All right.
Peace. Appreciate brother Joe, man, for coming up. Man, he's right. Spot on with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, stop arguing. Stop arguing with it. But let me say this though. Again, I don't have an issue with it. Having an issue with it ain't gonna change it. So the issue is going to lie with me. It's not gonna be nobody else, man. So again, when it comes down to it, three different ways. The data says again, We are not going to schedule 12 home games. 12 games, even when we can do it. I'm telling y'all that. So it's just a preference of IED. And he was very adamant about that. There's no reason to. Don't want to do it. We're gonna stick with the 11 game schedule, and we're gonna be cool with that. We're gonna do the three. We're gonna do three. We're gonna do three preseasons. We're gonna take the buys. We'll take an extra bye. He favors the extra bye week over. And listen, if y'all want to be real about something, look at the season that we had last year. Man, that extra bye week really helped us out. Look at how it played out. I ain't got to break it down for you, but go back and look into the other season. Think on the other season and think about how that second bye week came at the right freaking time. While everybody else was, you know what I'm saying, willing and dealing and doing what they had to do. In the thick of things, JSU had a bye week. So again, in his mind, in his philosophy, second bye week is greater than a 12th game. That's just how that goes. It's a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, I won't speak on, but I'm just telling you, in all fairness and in the essence of what was communicated, that is the gist of what we're talking about. So that covers the why we didn't get 12 games. That was something that I really want. I just want more games. That's just me. So again, oh yeah, Jeffrey, that's what's up, man. Let's make two of us, big dog. And West Coast Riders, baby. Got another Cali brother, man. What part of Cali you in, Jeff? But again, the D2s, when if a game falls through at a certain particular time and others, and you Inglewood, oh man, Inglewood always up to no good. Hey, that's what's up, man. Got to link up, man. Gentrified Inglewood. Hey man, I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods in a couple of weeks. Wait a minute. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, I'll be over there for shizzle. The 12th game is a home game for the SWAC championship. That is true. Ken, we just greedy when it comes to and listen, I ain't even mad about that. I'm not. Again, I love the passion that our fans have. I just think I just got in from Atlanta. Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. Glad you made it in safely, brother. So again, I'm not mad at folks. I just think how we communicate sometimes could be very detrimental to our own brand. I think we get out there and we just kind of start spewing off at the mouth, and we're attacking the administration, we're attacking the decision makers, and we can have an opinion, and everybody gonna have one anyway. I just think that when it comes down to it, I ain't mad at nobody for saying I don't like the schedule. You have that right. Everybody has the right to feel how they want to feel. I defend that. I welcome that. But what you do with that information and those feelings is where sometimes we get we color outside the line sometimes. Because a lot of what you see, especially on social media, man, is emotion, and nobody is listening to nobody. Everybody is trying to get their point across. So what you start to see happening is people start to form, and I'm guilty of this too. People start to form dialogue that fits the narratives of what they're thinking and what they feel. And they start looking at that as, oh, that's right. Well, it's right or wrong isn't determined by whether or not somebody agree or disagree with me, because I ain't always right. And I'm smart enough to know that I ain't always right. I can be passionate about something and I can have my opinion about something. But at the same time, when you really sit down, and like I said, I spoke with AD on the phone, and then we had lunch today, and we sat for 2 hours, and we talked about a bevy of things, some things it'll take a while to kind of get through some of those thoughts. But again, in reference to the schedule, I fully understand his thought process behind it. I do. We're looking at Jackson State, the brand, but you also still have to look at the state of Jackson State football. We are flipping. We're overturning our roster. It's a very unusual time. The one portal window, we lost 60 plus players. We lost over 60 players. So again, 40 seniors and about 20 guys hit the portal. So you lose a lion's share of your roster, and you bring in a lot of talent that's got to mesh, that's got to establish itself as a team. We don't know who the leaders are going to be just yet. We don't know how they're going to handle adversity. We don't know how they're going to handle in-game situations as a unit. There's so many things you got to figure out that you got to come to you got to understand about your team. So giving yourself the best chance to win and be prepared for a grueling schedule. I am not going to sit up here and say that the SWAC is weak. If the SWAC weak, we weak. Okay, cool. We'll just be a weak. I told you, we're a super weak ad conference. That's what it is. Let it be what it is. That's the SWAC for you, right? But again, everybody gives Jackson State their best effort. Let's not forget that. So when Southern comes to Jackson, first conference game, and it's Marshall Falk time, right? Falk around and find out, right? You know what I'm saying? They are going to come with the mindset of this is a conference game and we want to beat Jackson State. They ain't beat Jackson State in several years. They haven't beat us in several years. We trying to kick their teeth in. And I love the fact that we will be ready to rock and roll. Man, the bye week is so strategic to me. That first bye week in September the 12th, we got a bye week September the 12th, y'all. We'll go back to it. We got a bye week September the 12th. Let me paint a scenario for you. Tennessee State, nobody has film on nobody. They bring in a bunch of kids. They trying to figure things out. They got new coordinators. They got some new players coming in. It's a great time in Nashville. Let's say we go win that game. We call it the Michael Gay Bowl, right? Shout out to my boy Michael Gay, man, coming over for Tennessee State. We call it the Chico, you know what I'm saying? The Alex Wabuena Bowl, the Ace Meadows Bowl, right? It's the Tennessee State versus Jackson State. Hey, what's up, Ricardo? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you this evening?
Man, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good, man. It's good to be back on with some Tigers talking football, man. Just to feel normal again. How you doing, man? What you got on your mind, man?
Oh, I'm a little excited tonight. I'm a little excited. Looking at that schedule.
Okay, talk to me.
You know, I was a little disappointed about the
that was the consensus.
But you know, I can live with it. The only thing I can say is this is just my view, okay?
No, yeah,
I'm gonna set the schedule up from now on.
Huh?
I'm gonna set the schedule up. I'm gonna tell you who we're gonna play from now on.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Go ahead. Sure.
We got Tennessee State. We need to play them continuously, whether it's a home and home,
yeah,
or in Memphis.
Okay.
On the schedule. We're gonna get us a D2 game. We can do that. The other thing that we need to do, either get a Southland team or a Sun Belt or what's the other one? Conference USA team.
I like that.
Our 3 games.
I like it. That was my. If you sound like you in the chat. You ain't in my chat, is you?
No, I don't
see you. What you don't know is me and you on the same page. I've said this. I said it in the chat. I am good with playing a Sun Belt and Conference USA team every year. I'm okay. I would love that. I don't have a problem with it, right? And again, as I stated, the Tuskegee game is the W.C. Gordon Classic game. It's the W.C. Gordon Classic, which is naming rights to Hope Credit Union. So that game yields money for us. That's a 3-year deal with Hope with naming rights, which is going to compensate us, Tuskegee, and we're going to have the same opponent in Jackson. So that's a guaranteed home game with the gate plus the revenue from that classic. So that covers your D2. I love the idea of playing Tennessee State consistently. I'm okay with that. We can do the flip-flop every year. I love that if we can do it, right? And then you give me we can rotate Sun Belt, but I don't know. We ain't trying to get every Sun Belt. I like the ULMs and the USMs and I said Troy, but Troy might be a little too tough. But even if we play them, I'm good with it though. You get what I'm saying? Right. No such thing as too tough. Yeah, actually it is such thing as too tough. But that's kind of my threshold, not AAC, more so you. But this is the thing. I don't have an issue with. I thought that okay. My thought process before seeing the schedule was, well, shit, if we ain't gonna play at FBS school, we probably gonna get 2 FCS opponents and maybe 1 D2. That's what I thought. When I saw it was, I was like, yeah, folks ain't gonna like this, but let's dominate them. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Well, you a little better connected than most of us are. So,
right.
But the only other thing that I would say about scheduling the Sun Belt and Conference USA is you have to treat them just like you would do any other team, and that's a home and home. They ain't no better than us.
I would love to see one of them Sun Belt teams come to Jackson. I think we'll have a better chance of getting a Southland team coming to Jackson in a home and home than a Sun Belt or Conference USA. It would be dope if we could pull it off, but Southeastern Louisiana, Nichols, Lamar. I'm all for it. I don't have no problem with it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
If you look at it, most of those teams that are in the Gang of Five,
yes, sir.
Most of them used to be 1AA anyway.
They did. So absolutely.
They ain't got no. It ain't like they got no clout.
That's right, man. That's right.
And that little 300, 400,000. We can get $1 million with them easy. So I mean, you can. I mean, if Southern Miss was to come up here, you telling me we couldn't get sixed up in that stadium?
We could, but I don't think they want to do it though. It's just the politics in it. I don't see them doing that. They're gonna always want us to come to them because they use us as practice games and scrimmage games to get prepared for their season. Same thing we doing, and it just kind of is what it is. I think in the end, though, Brother Brown, I'm okay with everybody's thought process on it. Again, my whole thing was it's all right to feel how we feel, you know what I mean? But it's what we do with those emotions and how we communicate it. And some of us, sometimes as fans, we weaponize our emotions right within our own space. And that's counterproductive. You follow what I'm saying? That's very counterproductive.
I got you.
But I'm not telling nobody how to feel because I've been criticized. Oh, man, Ken, no. I want you to feel how you feel. You're free to feel how you feel. I ain't going to even judge and I ain't nothing. If we don't agree, we just don't agree. But I'm not going to sit back like I'm better than somebody because they see it one way. I see it this way. What I try to do when I'm emotional, because I do have emotions about a lot of this stuff. But what I try to do, Brother Brown, is I try to go get the information and just ask the question so I can understand it and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And some stuff I can communicate, some stuff I be kind of, I will try to ask to see if I could be a little bit more expressive, especially given the fact with, just kind of being one of the few that's out here on the front line for JSU, especially with our brother being laid to rest. And we'll just see how that goes, man.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. And it's,
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Brother Brown, for real.
All right. Take care.
Yes, sir. All right. And I think, family, that I think that's probably going to be the consensus for the most part, for especially for those. I mean, I think sometimes we I think I hit the wrong button again. Let me see something. Me and this little mouse ain't we're gonna get along at some point. There we go. All right, I'm gonna drop the link one more time, man. Feel free to come up if you got it on your spirit to come up and have a few things to say. But no, man. I was back to the strategy of the schedule. Back to the strat, and I'm gonna finish with the schedule. But let me pause on this real quick. I want to send a huge shout out to our brother Aubrey Miller, man. Aubrey Miller Jr. got that extension, Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Hey, we love that brother. Love Ahmad. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do with my bye weeks. I'm probably gonna go try to see one of our former ambassadors if they playing, if they on the field. Hey man, I'm coming. I'm looking at them schedules. September the 12th. I got to find me a game to go to. I ain't gonna just sit idle on the 12th. I'm going somebody game, and I get to just go be a fan or something. I might go to the East Coast. I might go see who playing on the 12th. That's real good. A good HBCU football game that I want to go watch, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to watch football, man. It's still early in the season. Now that second bye week, I'm gonna be in Cali. I ain't coming out. I ain't coming out. You see what I'm saying, CJ? You gotta look, bro. We on the same page, CJ. I'm going to find me a good game, bro. I'm trying to go see Aubrey. I'm trying to go see Ahmad. I'm going to see TT. If they playing, I'm pulling up now. I done told them that. Whatever. We'll see. But congratulations to Aubrey, man. Proud of bro, man. Love that brother, man, and just he balling, man, and getting some time on the field, and he's taking advantage with the time that he's gotten, and it has paid off for him, man. They just won the Grey Cup last year. Proud of bro, man. Again, super duper congratulations to Jimmy Smith. Going to be down at the Legacy Bowl. He's going to be at the Legacy Bowl in a couple of weeks. Going to try to sit down with brother Jimmy and get an interview, talk about his induction into the Black College Football Hall of Fame. And then we got the Legacy Bowl. Don't forget, February 21st, 3 p.m., Yeoman Stadium. We got 6 Tigers that's going to be playing. DeAndre Towns Blue, the General Jacoby Morgan, who's healthy right now. Good to go. We got the Player of the Year, Defense Player of the Year, and Newcomer of the Year, Quincy Ivory. And then you got, big baby, Jeremiah Williams. He's going to be out there. And then you got Denario Davenport and Reed Pulliam, man. So, again, super excited about seeing our Tigers back in action. But I wanted to make sure that I touch on that and before I get ready to, because I got a few more minutes and then we'll get out of your way. But, again, I want to talk about the strategy of the schedule one more time, and then if you guys are done with it, I'm going to leave it alone. But the debate is not whether or not Jack State's schedule is weak or not. That is that's an opinion. So I said, no, that's a fact. We're playing 2D2s and Jack State is standard. You can't have it both ways, and this is what y'all got to be mindful of, Tiger Nation. Stop trying to adhere to a standard that ain't meant for you to achieve by haters. Haters move the goalposts. They will tell you that Jack State ain't the standard, and Jack State ain't this or isn't that or isn't this or isn't that. Jack State ain't that XYZ. But when Jack State does something that can work in their favor, they'll come back and use Jack State is the blueprint. Jack State is the state. See, now you want it when it's convenient to slap me. But it's disingenuous, though. You don't believe that Jack State. The ones that's having problems with the schedule will get over it. It's too shit paid. Of course it will be. So again, this is a very strategic strategy, in my opinion. And I'll tell you how. Tennessee State, first home game, Edward Waters. Bye week. Lick your wounds, regroup, adjust, whatever. Let's say we're 2-0. You come back, you get a game versus Tuskegee. Get you back in game mode. Why not Las Vegas? Why not Las Vegas like last year between? So the issue with Vegas is the NFL schedule, and Grambling has to agree to that. Now that the schedule is out, and the date for us to play Grambling is October the 10th. I don't know if the Vegas Raiders schedule is out just yet. I saw a message today that the Saints are playing in Paris. I didn't really get the dates, but again, I don't know if the NFL schedule aligns to allow us to play the game in Vegas. And again, I don't know all the ins and outs. I don't think we're going. Something could change. So let's say the NFL schedule comes out and the Raiders are on the road on the 11th, and they want us to come back. Grambling agrees to it because it's their home game. It could possibly go to Vegas if they agree to it, and because I know they want Jack State back. Okay. Thank you for that, sis. So that's kind of the thing. It's not a matter of I love to go back to Vegas. It's a drive for me. Let's do it, right? But nevertheless, I think that's what it's going to be hinged on, brother, on Big Dog. That's what it's going to be based off of. So again, it ain't that we don't want to go to Vegas. It's just some things that's got to line up in order for that to happen. But if the Raiders are playing on Saturday, on that Sunday, then that stadium will not be available that weekend. So that option won't be an option for us. We'll have to figure out something else, or we just have to go to the hole, and we'll have to do what we do. I did mad driving all the way back on the 15 Oh, man, come on, man. I was rolling, bro. Hey, man, I was rolling. I was right there with you, man. I drove back too, man. It was definitely a good ride, man, for those of us who had a chance to travel over from that. So again, strategy. You have a Tuskegee game, which is the WC Gordon Classic Red Out game, right before you play Southern. And then after we play Southern, we head to Mobile. And let me just tell y'all something. I don't know what Southern is doing, but when let's talk about the HBCU SWAC games. We don't have Texas Southern. We don't have UAPB on our schedule, right? We got Grambling, we got Southern. Grambling beat us last year. Grambling didn't lose a whole lot in the portal. I think Grambling's going to have a pretty formidable team, right? FAMU gets a new head coach. So they flipping that thing and turning that thing over. Bethune-Cookman coming off of the best year under Coach Woody, right? And, you know, they still recruiting and trying to keep that thing rocking and rolling. Alabama State gets HBCU Player of the Year back, right? He's returning. So that team is going to be fun. Alcorn State returns their quarterback. They gave us everything we can handle and then some, right? Quarterback returning has a really good recruiting class. Alcorn could be a very formidable foe on the west side this time around. Mississippi Valley is Mississippi Valley, right? Alabama A&M's Quad Brown supposed to be returning, right? From my understanding, you know, I think he was able to get a medical, if I'm not mistaken. So again, you're talking about Southern under new coach, head coach Marshall Falk. Then you're talking about Quad Brown potentially coming back, Alabama A&M coming back off a really good recruiting this season, second year under Coach Sam Shade. Then you're talking about potentially going to Grambling in the hole. That's going to be tough for us. That's a house of horrors for Jack State if we have to go to Grambling. And then if that's potentially their homecoming, it's going to be a hell of a game. Then we got to come back and play FAMU for our homecoming, not a cakewalk. Then you got to go to Daytona and play Bethune-Cookman, not a cakewalk. Then you get a bye week, you get Mississippi Valley, and then you got probably your two toughest games of the rest of the season just because of who we playing against. Alabama State is a rivalry. You're playing against the best player, arguably in HBCU football, and you're talking about going to I think the SWAC is very tough this year. So if the SWAC is very tough this year, we can't be tripping about saying our schedule is weak. You cannot have it both ways. If you're saying the SWAC is going to be tough this year, then what our AD did is the most genius strategy that he could have done. Let's just do 2 D2s. Let's not play that fourth preseason game. Let's take a bye week and let's figure out our roster. Let's give our true sophomore quarterback the best chance to get in a really good groove, to establish some chemistry. Let's get our newly built offensive line an opportunity to get chemistry down and get in the flow. We got new wide receivers. We got a new running back that's going to be Hotonilla. Is that Nate Blunt? We hope it is. You know what I'm saying? We got an entirely new look team. And I think our defense is going to be nasty, but we don't know what that's going to look like, right? So if that is the case, then what I'm saying is the schedule makes sense. Take the emotions out, look at the data. Oh, it's costing us money. It's not costing JSU money for us to play Edward Waters. We have a sponsor that's going to foot the bill for both of those games, and we're going to get paid money, and we're going to take the gate. See, when you start talking real data with the person that's making those decisions, and you start understanding his philosophy, and you start looking at why he's doing what he's doing. I gave my fans what they wanted. They want 5 home games. And I gave my coach what he wanted. He don't want to be beat to hell and back when it's time to get in the SWAC play. So we stick to the 11-game schedule. We come out prepared with a new reloaded team, as we try and establish ourselves and we go into a daunting SWAC schedule. That's the reality of it. That's how you do that. So when you understand that, you realize we don't necessarily need an FBS team because an FBS game equals a loss to Jack State. If we are going by the data in every aspect of business, all of you expert budget folks, you got folks out here talking about budgets and hell, they can't even budget their own life. Oops, did I say that out loud? My bad. What you know about budgeting a freaking D1 Division I program? What you know about that? While managing a freaking money pit of a stadium. Come on now. It costs money to turn it costs $37, if it's $40,000 to turn the lights on over there. We got folk that crying about season tickets. See, when we start coming down, folk, right? You see, no man, there he go. He always complaining. He don't want nobody to have no opinion. If we supposed to just be quiet and just be good with everything Jack State do, we ain't supposed to have no opinions. Man, you can have your opinion. Opinions don't pay bills, though. You ain't gonna donate no money. I ain't gonna give them nothing. You ain't gonna sign up for the collector. You ain't gonna buy no season tickets. I ain't talking about you if you did. I'm just telling you. If you didn't do it, I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying you ain't putting nothing on nothing, but you got an opinion. And we're HBCU that ain't getting no freaking support from the state. All of us are underfunded, severely underfunded. So God forbid the HBCU that is the bell cow of this thing decide that we're going to do something that's favorable for us. No, we're not coming to your program and let you punch us in the mouth for $350,000. We're going to stay home and get that same $350,000 and we're going to punch somebody else in the mouth. I was at that game. Do y'all know what that loss to USM did to our players? Do y'all know what it did to the morale? Come on, man. I'm sitting outside the locker room. Players so frustrated. The game been over an hour. Folks still out there with their uniform on. I'm talking about it gutted us, man. It gutted us. It did. Losing don't feel good. I don't give a damn who we playing. I don't want to lose. You got people around here that would rather, oh my goodness. You have some people out here. I'm talking about some Jack State fans. I ain't talking about outsiders no more. Let's talk about inside. We've been doing some in-house. Let's talk about the inside the house. We got folk that'll rather be 12-1, having been done played one of them PWIs, than to be 13-0 in an all HBCU schedule. Calling it, we competing. We're not competing. We're not competing with USM. They have an advantage. We just ain't never been close enough for the referees to start cheating us. Maybe we did in 87. All the great coaches that done came through Jack State, ain't nobody else. All the great players. One thing can't now one of them say is that we beat that FBS school. But you got to keep doing it. We can. We can keep trying. But I'm sorry, y'all. The game has changed, family. Those G5 schools are getting tougher and tougher because of NIL. You got a lot of big-time players that's falling down to G5 programs because they trying to have a good season so they can elevate to get a bag. Believe it or not, it's going to be some really tough D2s. That's going to be hard to beat. Did Valley not lose to a D2? I'm just saying, like, I hate to pick on them, but did Jack State not lose to a D2 one time? Y'all know we lost to Delta State. Y'all remember that? It didn't feel good, did it? That's how sorry we were. That's how sorry we were. So again, because of the situation right now, you got schools. I was talking to Christian Aiken today, new linebacker from Virginia Union, talking about how loaded that roster was. The rules are a little different at D2s than it is in D1s. They can get a little different rules to get in school. With the amount of talent that is dropping down, you got a lot of players that's pretty solid that can go to some of these schools. Now, again, listen, we still supposed to win those games. I'm not saying we but those D1 schools that aren't at the top end of their program, you gotta look. FAMU pulled off one against Albany State. Now, granted, they were playing against the coach that's now their coach and the quarterback that's now their quarterback. But the point that I'm making is Isaiah Knowles was at he was at Albany State before he became before he got to FAMU. So again, Trinidad Chambers was at Ferris State. There's a ton of players that was at D1, D2 school. The best wide receiver at the Senior Bowl, according to reports, was a kid that was from a D3 school. So what I'm saying is there is some schools that will get some talent. We haven't even decided to break down anything when it comes to the rosters just yet, but I could have sworn I just seen like that there's a FBS transfer that dropped down to like Edward Waters as a quarterback. I'm sure they got somebody. Now, I'm not saying they got the offensive line and all the running back and all the skill guys to be able to go and be as competitive as they can be, but I think any given Saturday, they can create some problems for you. So again, it's only a cupcake in name. We still got to come to play. And let me say this before I get ready to close. I use this example, right? So when you go back to the 2021 season for Jackson State, 2021, remember this. James Houston, Isaiah Land. I'm still a little salty behind that because I felt like James Houston should have won Defensive Player of the Year. And it was because of the other stats. They gave it to, in the only stat that, well, it was two stats that he had more stats than James Houston, and that was sacks and I think tackles for loss. But James Houston had like 7 forced fumbles. He had 16 and a half sacks. I think Isaiah Land had 19. The reason he had, and it wasn't to take anything away from him, but he had a game where they played Fort Valley State. He had 5 sacks. He had 5 sacks in that game. So my statement is this. To the players, get your stats. Shout out to my boy Jeremy. Jeremy was like, look, man, we bring up that kid from D3. That dude had 1,500 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns. Well, tell our players, go dominate. If the schedule is so weak, show me it's weak. Dominate it then. Be all SWAC. Be All-American. Be first team HBCU All-American. Again, you still got to go do it. You still got to go play the games. You still got to go put the film on put the film on tape. You know what I'm saying? You still got to go do that. So again, man, you saw that. You see what I'm saying? The energy was very different. It was a lot of egos on that team, with some attitudes, people mad at some folks. Man, it was ugly. Losing brings out the worst. Y'all saw what happened when we lost SWAC championship. Everything was wrong after we lost SWAC championship. Everything was wrong. And then everything that was considered throughout the season was brought back up because it all surfaced in that one loss. Everybody can see your blemishes when you lose. So, again, I don't fault our AD or anyone that's trying to position themselves to get themselves the best chance to win. We have way too many unknowns about our roster. Yes, we had an amazing recruiting class, but it still has to be developed. It still has to be chemist. We still got to develop chemistry, and we got to learn how to become a team. We still got to have leaders to emerge. We still got to have our identity established. The culture's in place. We're not establishing the culture. The standard is the standard, but the details on who's going to be who and what's going to happen with what is just too early to tell right now. So with that, given all that consideration, given what was coming down the pipe, you really should be applauding the AD for the strategy and the foresight to say, you know what, let's take a break from that FBS loss. Let's take a break on the money game this year. Let's reset our program. Let's get prepared to have a changing of the guard. We had Jacoby Morgan for 3 years, Jeremiah Williams for 5. Those are your two leaders. Those are your two guys that held the Celebration Bowl trophy up, the MVPs of the Celebration Bowl when we won. Now it's time to reestablish that thing. Now, some folks do it, and they do it with a daunting task, and they don't mind being 7-5. Well, 7-5 get you fired at Jack State. You know what I'm saying? So the standard is a little different. We want to win. In the end, we want to win. And I think in the end, the noise is just loud today because it just happened and people are you know, in the moment. But this is what we kind of get used to. You get used to people over emotionalizing everything when it comes to Jackson State. We just going emotionally. And again, that's also for our own fans. We have become so conditioned to just become serial complainers. There is no satisfying everybody. There's no way in the world. And unfortunately, in business, you cannot run a business trying to worry about the opinions and the emotions of the people who are not going to really be there to give you the support anyway. You can't. You do the best you can. We got 5 home games. Show me you love Jack State football without a caveat. By showing up. Because if you really love Jack State football, you're going to be there whether it's Tuskegee, Edward Waters, or North Alabama. What do you know about North Alabama? You don't. Where's Lamar at? Oh, let's play Lamar. Let's play that Southland school. Where is that? What do you know about Lamar? Beaumont, Texas. Talk to me. What you know? Let's play Incarnate Word. Where's the Incarnate Word at? San Antonio, Texas, if you don't know. Where's Southeast Louisiana at? Hammond, Louisiana. I'm just saying, we'll throw these, where's Nichols at? Thibodaux, Louisiana. And the list goes on and on and on. Oh, let's play the new school like Prairie Blue did. Let's play UT-RGV. Where they at? Edinburgh, Texas. So again, I ain't no dummy. And I know you ain't trying to say that I am. I'm just implying the simple fact that some of the stuff is just emotional. And we want Jack State to give us what we want. We want the AD, we want the team, we want the coaches, we want everything to become self-serving to us. But are we serving JSU? Maybe you'll get some servitude from JSU when you start to give some servitude to JSU. Show up anyway, because at the end of the day, it's really about them kids that's putting them uniforms on that's going out there. A kid can go out there and put their life on the line. A kid can get can get seriously hurt playing against Tuskegee. We sit on here and we take D2 and we just done pissed all over Edward Waters and Tuskegee. Them programs don't mean nothing, but it's HBCU. It's HBCU. Come on, man. I'm just saying. Jack State is in a position to help to give some money games. We want to be FBS, don't we? No, y'all ain't going FBS. Y'all ain't going FBS. What's Jacksonville? Did I mess up? What are you talking about? Where Edward Waters is? Oh, yeah, Edward Waters in Jacksonville. Yep. I'm just saying. So again, that's my thoughts on it. Hey man, feel how you feel. But it ain't gonna change though. So you gotta change how you feel about it. I'm not really worried about the rankings because in the end, top 25 poll is cool, it's cute, and all that is, and I respect it. I respect those that do the work, Haley and Blue and all those. They're going to rank us how they're going to rank us anyway. And don't tell me that the 2 D2s matter. Oh, because Alabama State played UAB last year. But they also played 2 D2s. They played Miles and they played Tuskegee. So I get it. I understand it. You know. But we only played 1 D2 last year. They played 2. and we beat them, and they still had us ranked higher. They still had them ranked higher than us. So again, we're not worried about the rankings. We got to be worried about winning the games and just doing what we need to do to be great. I hope Jack State is dominant this year. I really do. I love the recruiting that we've done. I love the fact that we were a part of the recruiting this season. And we've been able to affect having some guys come into the door and being the reason why some guys stayed in the door. There was a lot of strategy that went into that, right? So in the end, at the end of the day, this schedule is a very, very strategic and pro JSU schedule. This is a pro JSU schedule. This is not a pro hater logic. This is not a pro podcast. This is not a pro FCS schedule. This is not a pro none of that. This is a pro Jackson State schedule. This schedule is customized for Jackson State to set itself up to be successful in 2026. This is set up for our players to have a great year if they go do what they're supposed to do. This is set up for our coaches to have great opportunities at the end of this year if they do what they're supposed to. It is set up for us to hold that trophy up at the end of the year if we do what we're supposed to do. But everybody's gunning for the same thing. And if you're not, I'm not finna sit on the internet and argue with a team that ain't sniffed Atlanta no time ever talking about a Celebration Bowl. Jack State done been 3 times. Some teams ain't even come close, and it's a pipe dream for the rest of them. So at the end of the day, I don't come to me telling me that we are supposed to uphold some standard that don't apply to nobody else, but then you ain't willing to give us what we supposed to get on the other side. You want to disrespect us when it's convenient, but at the same time, when it's time for us to, you only give us credit for who we are when it fits a narrative for you to tear us down. I'm going to say that again. That's a bar. Don't miss it. You only give Jackson State its credit when it's used to slap Jackson State upside the head. You don't care about Jackson State is only great. Jackson State is the golden standard when you are using that information to hit us, to tear us down. That's the only time that you admit to it. You ain't going to admit to it when we playing on that level. You ain't going to admit to it when we showing you that we on that level. You ain't even going to admit to it when you using Jackson State for content purposes, because you know you need some JSU for your content to be viewed. And when I say content, I mean that's social media content, that's platform. It doesn't matter. And I'm not complaining about it. That's just the reality of what we're talking about. So again, in closing, as I put the nail, in the basket on this, right? And I nailed this down and I'm done with it after I speak to this. We can talk about it, but tomorrow I'm not talking about the schedule no more. That's my thoughts on it. I told you what I wanted. I told you what I liked. I told you what I didn't like about it. But once I got the information and the data as to why we're doing what we're doing, I no longer cared about what I thought. I understand what the strategy is. I understand what the philosophy is, simply because, not because I'm smart, but because the person that actually did it explained it. And I am in part sharing it with you guys. I hope you take the information and you apply it. Again, nobody said you had to like it. But if you really started to listen without emotions, you will understand this is actually more favorable for us than you can imagine. Now, again, we don't get no consolation for playing some of these schools. I don't know why we feel like we need to play those schools. It's like some type of validation. I feel validated playing Tuskegee and Edward Waters. And I really don't give a damn if you think something different of me because of that. Because at the end of the day, I value us. Jackson State will be playing football. I don't value Jackson State football based off of who's across the field from us. I value Jackson State football, period. And I also value competition. You can't value competition. No. Because nobody gives a damn about the preseason. Like talking about it. That's fake outrage. Y'all don't care about the preseason like that. We care about winning the SWAC. And you got people who want you to care about other stuff that has no bearing on anything that's important to you. It doesn't have anything, it doesn't align with our goals. Our goal is to win the SWAC East, then win the SWAC Championship, and then win the Celebration Bowl. That's our goal for 2026. It's not to go to the FCS playoffs. It's not. It's not. We're not set up for success in the FCS playoffs. We're set up for success when we are in position to win our league and win the championship, the national championship game. We have a national championship game that's played on ABC, and you got folks out here crying about a preseason schedule and us not playing some PWI school that makes us feel validated and feel like we're competitive. No, the competition is in the SWAC. Be competitive in the SWAC. And why are you arguing and going back and forth with a school that ain't been competitive in this conference in the last decade? Man, save your breath, save your time, find something constructive to do with their time, and just let these folk do what they do, man. Listen, that's the gist of what I had to say. Again, have your opinion. It's yours, right? But it don't mean nothing's gonna change. All right, y'all, listen, click that link. If you haven't joined the collective, click that link, become a collective member, join the channel. Look like James Harden could be headed to the Cavs in a trade for Darius Garland. Holy smokes. CJ, hey, man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you again for the channel membership. You might be renewing. Man, I'm finna go watch SportsCenter. This is good news to me. By the way, I would love to see, oh, my goodness. It looked like LeBron James finna head back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to be happy as I'll get out when LeBron lead the Lakers, because I'm sick of it anyway. That's another story for another day. Y'all, I appreciate you guys, man. Click the link, join the collective. We kicking butt with this thing, man. 21 ambassadors in the first month, and we're going to continue to grow this thing and continue to do things at the next level, but we need your support in order for that to happen, man. So click the link, go for gold, continue to get active. Man, it's glad to be back on, man. Again, we love our brother. We miss our brother. We're going to continue to honor him by the work that we do. This one's for D. Corey C. Cheers to you, my brother. You know what I mean? And appreciate Tiger Nation for being patient with us. And again, we'll be back on Wednesday after the reveal. We're going to talk about signing day, and then we'll proceed. We'll see how this thing going to go. Again, man, thank you. Appreciate everybody for always for all the support, man. Man, protect your peace. You know, but have fun with it, though, man. Have fun with it, though. And you know, these haters going to do what these haters going to do. We argue. They say, why argue with me at folks about SWAC bid? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense, man. That don't even make sense at all. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. As always, click the like button, share button. If you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys back on Wednesday. The y'all love. Go Tigers. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Wait. Before I go any further, hey, if you haven't done so already, make sure you get some of that cat head vodka and get down with KC-1400. Hey, go over there and sponsor with them guys, man. Go ahead, pitch in. Tell a friend, tell them, come on, you get you some of that cat head. Hey, go support KC-1400. Get you some of that cat head vodka for real.
On the field, we bring the energy. Ready to go.
Off the field, I build my brand.
At Jackson State, we make it happen.
State said one story, my brand tells another.
This is Jackson State. This is family.
This is the KC-1400 Collective. Tiger Nation, we need each of you to join the movement.
Be the team behind the team.
Support our NIL collective. Get signed up today.
Visit www.KC1400collective.com. VI love, go Tigers.
Hey, this True Thompson. True, you got to get a word for Tiger Nation, man. I love y'all. Tiger Nation, do y'all love? Go Tigers, baby. Appreciate you.